Good afternoon, YouTube. Happy February 25th. Welcome back to Workshop Taz. Made a trip to Harbor Freight since it's February 25th, and some of their sales end today. You know, till next week or something. They always seem to update them and change them and stuff, which is good. So a few things jumped into my basket today. Couple, some things that I needed. So today we jumped in the basket was the Berger fiberglass blanket for welding, fiberglass welding blanket. You know, I gotta put some stuff around here when I start doing a little more welding indoors after I get a piece of furniture moved out of the way here and have some room. I'm gonna need some blankets put around to kind of keep stuff from flying all over the place. I don't feel like testing out my homeowner's insurance just yet to see how I burn down the garage. I don't want that to be my fault. Anyway, so with that, we had stopped and also picked up another Hercules 4.5-inch angle grinder, and I got the knotted wire wheel for it. I got another one, not because the first one was bad. I still have that one. I use this a little bit. It was more than a little bit, but I use this to ground some edges off of some steel here, and it seemed I had a lot of on and off, so I was kind of beating it up a little bit, and it seems to work pretty good. It seems to be a lot, the backlash is a lot less on these models than, say, the $10 model, you know, which, you know, probably isn't that big of a deal. This is the $20 model, and it still has the same amount of backlash. Actually, it probably has a little bit more even, and that's not a loose hub. That's the actual, which, you know, probably won't hurt anything. It's just that it is a little bit noisier, and you know, I don't know, this just feels like it's a little bit better unit, a little more money, but it feels better, sounds better, and I'll tell you where the sounding part comes in. So anyway, yesterday I spent about 5 hours with the Omelet Master 220. I'm going to call it the 220 since Chucky calls it the 5000. Was under the hood with it for about 5 hours and seemed to work great. I was stick welding with it. I haven't used MIG or TIG on it. I probably won't do TIG with the Omelet Master because I do have a dedicated TIG machine, and I'll probably just use that. But the Omelet Master, I will be doing stick with it and MIG. I haven't tested out the MIG with it yet, but I think we all know that we've seen enough videos. It seems like it MIG welds okay. And flux cores. I'll probably test it on a flux core first. Anyway, I cleaned up some sample pads here, about 4 of these, yesterday to make for some practice welding, and I was using the almighty Drill Master, the $10. I got on sale with a coupon for $9.99. I wouldn't spend any more for this. I know they have it like for $13 and $14. I would wait for the $9.99 coupon. Yeah, I'm going to be quickly replacing this. It does work. It did the job that I asked it to, except it is slightly underpowered. I get it. It's a $10 unit. But when you start going up against this stuff, just to take the mill scale off, it did it, but it had to struggle. It wouldn't be easy to overpower this thing. It wouldn't be hard to overpower this thing. Let me put that. It would be easy to overpower. It wouldn't be hard. It did the trick, but my concern with it is when you shut it off, it's winding down. The bearings sound like they're getting ready to explode. I don't think the motor's going to burn up, but if the I don't even hear that or not. This thing sounds terrible. Part of it is gear, but there was also a couple, as it's winding down, you hear a quick snap in there, like the bearing's getting ready to lock up or something. I don't like that. And I'm just kind of looking at it going, how long is this thing going to last before I burn it up? Now, yes, it's a $10 unit. I totally get that. For light jobs, it would be perfect. Not that this is a heavy-duty job, but you're getting into a little bit thicker steel. Not that the thickness has much to do, but a little more area to do, and you find the weakness in this pretty quick. So when you move up to stuff and you want to you know, get mill scale off of stuff like this little guy is going to have to work hard, and I don't know if I'll self-destruct that puppy or not. So we're going to take the flap wheel off of this. We're going to put it on the $19 model and hope that will, I think that's the $10 model is a 4.5 amp. I think the $19 one is a 6 amp, and the Hercules are 7 amp. So you know, I'm not expecting the world from these things, but I also don't want to destroy one as I'm trying to do stuff like this, because eventually I'm going to get into bigger and bigger stuff and do more and more grinding and welding and all that crap. So that's why I picked up another Hercules. You know, coupon was $34, I believe. Technically it's only $39. You know, without the coupon it's not that much more, but if you can get it on sale, get it on sale. Now, okay, so we did the blanket, we did the angle grinders. Also what jumped into my basket was, oh, these little guys. I kind of wanted one of these, and since I have one of the Harbor Freight welding tables that has the slots in it, I think this might work out pretty good. I have the welding clamps from Harbor Freight, and I've been using those a lot, and they seem to work out. Well, matter of fact, I'll just go ahead and disconnect it while I'm talking about it, so you guys get a visual. I like these. You get them for $3 when they're on sale. It's $5 if they're not, $3 if they are. And you know, for $3, it's hard to beat. They're actually a pretty good little unit. I got a couple of those. I think these are on sale for coupon today, through today, for like $14, regular $19. Not that much of a sale, but you know, Berger. Ooh, I think this will work out alright. It's a little bit heavier than what I'm used to, which is good. So I'll be able to clamp up some bigger stuff. I'd like to get another one. I might do that today. Okay, so with that, what I've been doing is I'm going to clean some of these pads up that I've done a little bit. I finished up some 6013s on this, and I was starting to get the 6013. I'm improving with 6013. I was having some problems down here stopping. I apparently hung out here too long and kind of blew the weld that way, and so I got to practice more on my starting and stopping. I am getting better at not sticking the rod. And the one I'm going to grind right now is the 7018s, which last week I hated 7018s. This week I'm like starting to fall in love with them. I guess after messing with the 6013s, I see now where people like 7018s. Hey, great. I want to run both, but and I'll show you some of the very beginning. Well, matter of fact, I'll do it right now, because I'm pretty sure I asked you guys not to call the weld police on me. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, so we'll just go with this one. Is there another one? Nope, I guess it's just this one. So these are some very beginning TIG and stick welds, and I can't tell you which one was which. Yeah, that's scary. That's my very first TIG and stick. I don't remember which one was which. And that's scary. That could probably get me thrown in the welding prison for about 6 months. Terrible, awful. Okay, so this was from yesterday. Improving a little bit. It's not great. It's not pretty, but it's getting better. And that's the part I like. As long as it's getting better, I'm happy. It's not perfect. It's nothing to write home, to mom about, or to post your prideness on anything, but it is getting better, and that's what I'm happy about. It's an improvement. So that's why I mentioned to you guys, no matter what machine you have, whether it's the $90 Harbor Freight, whether it's a great big Lincoln, small Lincoln, Hobart, whatever it is, practice with it, because they all run different. I'm using the Vulcan 220 Omni Pro right now. I had it on for 5 hours. I was under the hood for 5 hours doing this stuff. A lot of it was chipping and wire brushing and looking at stuff. One of the things I didn't do that might have improved my welds is I never did quench the material. And they said, I think somebody said that after about 3 or 4 welds you want to pull it out and dunk it in some water and cool it down. I never did that, so that's possibly why a lot of this became unstable. As I get one good weld, another good weld, and by the 3rd or 4th one it's not the same. Most likely it's me, but I did not cool those down. That might have helped. Next time I weld a plate like this, every 3rd or 4th weld, I will cool it down. Now, where the heck was I going with that? So you saw the bad, a little bit better. Now we're going to test this little guy out with the wire wheel on cleaning up one of these guys, because I'm trying to keep track of it. Like one is 6013. I did do a pass with 6010. No, 6011. And that was interesting. That's a lot. That rod burns a lot hotter. And then I normally weld from left to right, and I tried to do a right to left, and that didn't turn out very good. I know you need to practice with both, but right now I'm just starting to get the 6013s down and the 7018s. Once I get those down, a little bit more confident going from left to right, then I'm going to go from I'm sorry, yeah, going from left to right, I'm going to go from right to left, and that's going to be a whole nother story. Once again, you have to practice, practice, practice. So wire wheel, never used one of these guys before like this, and so I'm going to try to clean up this piece of material, and and then we'll test out this clamp, see how it works with this table. I'll bring the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. This was the first Hercules that I bought. This one's going to stay a grinder, this one's going to stay a wire wheel, and the $19 one will stay a flap disc, and the $10 one might end up in the trash. I'll give it away or something. I don't want to throw it away, but I also don't want the thing to blow up. And when I mean blow up, it just sounds like the bearing is going to lock up on it. I don't know. It's just, and I understand it's a $10 unit. I've already been over that. Okay, I'll quit rambling and start doing some work here. So, got eye protection, stuff a little bit of ear protection on, and let's see if we can get you guys pointed down here so you can see what I'm going to be. I don't know if I can see that or not. Okay, here's the material I'm going to be. Is that working? Yeah, I guess that might work. Okay, let's see if that works. Clean this up a little bit just to see, both test the new Hercules and to check out this new wire wheel. Now, one of the things, I'm not able to get a wrench in here. All I have is, oh my gosh, crescent wrench, and it's too thick to go in here. As you see, this guard is adjustable, and it has this little flapper thing here, little latch here, and you latch it, but it's still in the way, so I have to figure out, I'm going to have to go to back up to the tool store and get a wrench that will fit in there. I don't have one that's big enough for this nut, so I reefed it down pretty good by hand, locked locked all that, and hope that it's pretty tight on there, so hopefully that won't come flying off there. I don't like not having it tight on there. Alright, here we go. We have a slight failure. It is not the tool, and it is not the wire brush. I didn't get that clamp tight enough. There we go, that's better. I'm liking these Hercules a whole lot more. The more I use them, the more I like them. Make sure to not get that too hot. And it cleaned it up pretty good. And the only reason I want to kind of clean it up, I might wind up clear coating that. I'm not trying to make it a prize. I just want to try to keep track of what I'm doing. Like, I got some porosity in here. This was the last weld I did, and I was getting pretty tired. I've been standing up for a while welding, and got it kind of thin here, got porosity there. This is the 70/18s. I haven't welded on the back side yet. Once again, I didn't quench this, and it was getting pretty hot by the time I got up to here, so I'm wondering, I'm going to start quenching and see if that'll help. I don't know if it will. I'm not trying to blame the material. I'm just saying that, I don't know if that helps or not. This was my first 70/18 up here, and I thought I did pretty good. I said pretty good, not great. A little bit thin, but I kind of kept it consistent up until about here, and that's where I need to practice is my stopping. and I wasn't sticking it as bad to the material up here until I got down about here. I started having problems. I think about here I started flipping it upside down. Yeah, I did, because this is where I started sticking it. But anyway, it's an improvement over yuck. You know what I mean? It's an improvement, and that's what I like about. As long as I'm improving, that makes me happy. Should make you happy. Let me get up here to let you guys know. Don't give up. You know, if you, it's each welding process is different. You might be used to MIG, you might be used to TIG, you might be used to stick, and then you're switching to something else. And that's just, it's a learning curve. I'm just happy to be making progress. Now, we've covered the welding blanket, which is no big deal. We've covered the flat disc, cheap grinders, a little bit better angle grinders. And now, it seems like the wire wheel on this, and the grinder seems to work pretty good. I'm happy about that. So I'll put that puppy down there. Oh, by the way, no, I'm not not sponsored by Harbor Freight or anybody for that matter. I'm not sponsored by Berger or Pittsburgh. Oh, something else I wanted to bring up to you guys. This is going to be a long video, so excuse me for this. I want you to know that this Hercules, okay, is professionally made in China. See that? As opposed to not being professionally made. I got to keep adjusting this camera. I got to step back here. As opposed to not being professionally made in China, I just want you guys to know how complete that makes my life, knowing that these grinders are professionally made in China. It just gives a warming in my heart. I feel so at ease with the world now, that knowing that my on sale angle grinder is professionally made in China just almost brings a tear to my eye. Okay, now with that, we're going to see how Mr. Clamp works here. We'll readjust the table. I'm sorry for the extra long video. I'm just trying to squeeze a lot of material in here all at once. I don't know if that's going to work real good. Okay, so you can see the table, you can see the clamp. Let's see if it will clamp this big old square stuff here. Not that I need to do any work with this. This is for future reference or whatever, I guess. So I'm going to turn the table a little bit this way so I can get my butt in here and see if I can get this to work. So hopefully you guys can see that. It's got slots here. I'm going to try to fish this puppy up through the slots. Oh, hey, look at that, it worked. And let's see how this would work if I needed to clamp this puppy. So I need to clamp that. And let's see, it goes here somewhere. I can move this. Let's see. Let's say I'm going to cut it with okay. So you're kind of limited to right about there. There we go. That'll work. So let's say I need to clean some mill scale off of it or something. I don't know. Yeah, it works. Yeah, it does. That's interesting. Huh. And that's a different type of a clamp because it kind of goes at an angle. I'll show you guys that here in a minute. So, obviously this is too big for something like this, which is why I got this clamp. And let's get the gloves on because I want to fiddle fart around with this for a second. Let's see how tight. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You can move it a little bit, but I mean it's definitely a little bit more. It's definitely tight enough to hit it with the wire wheel if you had to. I'm not going to remove mill scale off of this yet because I'm not going to be using it. I just wanted to test out this clamp. I don't know much about these clamps. I'm glad it fits the slots of the table. That opens up more clamping options, I guess is the word I'm looking for. And hopefully you guys can get that in camera, and it just kind of comes through there like that. And there is your Berger clamp. You see it's kind of at an angle. And I guess that's how it pushes up against the shaft and locks in there. Matter of fact, it just locked in there now. Cool. So anyway, yeah, I like that. I think I will definitely be getting another one of those. Okay, I think that's about all I got. I think I've covered just about everything. It's been a long video. I apologize for that. Excuse me. Hopefully this has helped some of you guys out. Like I said, so far I'm really liking the Vulcan Omni Pro 220. I'm learning to stick weld. I'm learning to TIG weld. I'm TIG welding with the Lincoln. I'm stick welding with the Vulcan, and once I get stick welding down, you know, to where I'm more comfortable with it, then we'll switch it over to flux core, and I'll go that way with it. But we already know it can MIG and TIG, or MIG and flux core weld, so I mean, nothing really to show there. I'll try to get some arc shots here. I don't know if it'll be today or tomorrow after work. Get some arc shots of me doing the stick welding. The nice part of being on 5 hours, I didn't notice any weird things. Nothing weird happened with it. It didn't like lose power or do anything weird. So I'm hoping it's going to be a solid unit for a long time. I know a lot of people disagree with the unit. Yes, it's not a Lincoln. Yes, it's not a Miller. Yes, it's not a Feronius or something like that. But you know, it might be an okay rig. I'm hoping so. That's what I'm hoping so. And I got the extended warranty, so I want to make sure I use the snot out of this thing, and hopefully it passes all that. Okay, that's all I got. I'm looking around to see if there's something else ahead for you guys. I probably forget. It'll just have to be another video. So with that, please comment, rate, and subscribe. Thank you guys for stopping by. Hopefully some of this mess that I've been talking about helps you guys out in decisions with what I need more coffee. With whatever. It's just some random stuff, and it's some stuff that I found out while you know, removing some mill scale and grinding and stuff like that. So anyway, with that, you guys are welding, whatever you're doing, keep practicing to get better. It'll be more fun that way. I'm having a blast with this Vulcan. I don't know what's making this machine so much more special than, you know, I mean, I like my, you know, square wave TIG 200. That's fun, but I don't know why I'm enjoying the Vulcan more than I don't know why. Even though I can't wait to try the big Lincoln down here, but I've got to upgrade my 240. Yeah, it's not going to handle that. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. Those will be future videos. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. Thank you for stopping by on Sunday and wasting some time with me, and have a great week. Thanks a lot. Bye.